Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
I had some permission issues, and table that we're trying to access has had additional permission. As you can see, through a postman right, I can query and get the results that right now might be empty. But if I expand the time, it's 30 minutes right now. But if I could make it like 60 minutes. I'm not sure. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's hard-coded, but we'll see. There's a few of them that allow. They allow. This API, we are invoking Solar events, right? No, this one from ServiceNow. We're getting the information from ServiceNow. Let me take you back here. But I'm using password as a Solar event. I thought like that. You're right. This is a new account and that has that access. I want to see. Refresh, that was empty. Let me show you what I see. This is really, you're going to like this. Some of the parameters that we need is built into the query and it's built into the URL. If I come here and I say, this is what I'm looking for, this is a closed one. And this time I'm going to go, for example, let's go for 5 minutes. You see that 45 minutes, right? But if I come here, Postman, and if I make it like 45 minutes, I'm not sure what this is, but I think I didn't think. Let's watch this right. Last 4. If we query, we get the result. The condition I'm looking for right now is this. And this is the condition I'm looking for. The query is saying that it's from that source. And the state is closed, right? Because the goal is to grab the one that was recently closed. And there is a field called update field. And this update field, and you say that last 45 minutes. Normally we're going to look for maybe last 5 minutes. But the problem here is that it doesn't have. It has a current last minute and 15 minutes. I can go back here and show you one more thing. This is the alerts. Right now I'll show you everything, all alerts, and let's do the source. This is the source that we're after. Right now, this is on. Say that, for example, we will close this one. For example, this is open right now. This alert's open. If we close it, this will come in our query, right? If we close it, I will say save. Last update time is 10:49, which is right now, right? Postman, if you do 45 minutes, we're going to get two. This one and the new one, correct? It's great. The same thing we need to achieve from the MuleSoft. One second. The one we just updated, I think what is the last update? Close. You know, the fields that we want to display here are also part of the query. We can. This is a field I know system. I don't care about that. All I care is the other one. One set. No problem. And here. They have a tool called Explorer. This is how I'm building the parameters and Explorer. The table we are after is an underscore alert. And let's come here one more time. What is going on here? Let's come here. Let's go back. Let's go back. We're looking for and let's go there. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. We say state is closed. And we say and updated on. Let's go last 15 minutes. And then we say search. This is the only one that lasts 15 minutes. Call the query. This tool builds out the URL for the postman. And this is the fields that we want to display in the information. A postman right now, I can have display everything right. Return all the columns. But right now we only return the columns that we care about. And state. And maybe just in a short description. The field that's going to be very complicated, is this additional information. Let's save this. And let's run this. As you can see, it only retains the fields that we care about. And this is the URL for Postman to render. If we go Postman then, remove this. We return that. You see the update time. And this is the I don't know. I don't know what time is. Maybe the server is running at a different time zone. You're right. This is a cloud application. Somewhere in Boston. That's where. We'll figure out the timing. And this is how everything. The challenge now is this. This is alert ID. That's we need to retrieve. Under additional information, if you see that number, let's copy this. And if I can take you the database, the database side, and I'm showing to you the whole thing, you can help. There's a table column, alert active. And let's go this. This one shows all the active alerts. Actually, the table that we need, the information that we need. You see that number. And 2290. This one. This is this one. This is the other ID. 289133289. The database. This is the one. Yes. The 7th one right here. And that's the one we want. Then we go up the other ID here. Then we go back to the database. And we do delete this with that number. And that will go. I'm going to also show you the solar wind front end and about that message. We need to update here as a closer right. You did a unit of the status in database as closed. There is no field to update. I think I've been doing a delete from active alert. Oh, deletion from active, and it is equal to. There is no more active alert. You will go. The history after we delete from here is going to go to history. I'm here alert. This is I have a 7 and active alert, and the database has 7 active alert. We only removing from this GUI from this view active alert. There is a there. After that, things will go to the history. Still anybody who want to find out about this alert, they can go the history. But the problem we have now is that, and if this problem, let me show you there. If someone calls the alert in ServiceNow, right, then SolarWind doesn't know anything about that alert. That was closed. The alert can still be here. What are we trying to do? Is that when alert is closed in ServiceNow, Mule gets stellar ID and comes here and removes from here. What do we automate? What we automate is this for someone, like we can click here and say clear. If I say clear is going to go away. If I say delete is going to go away. Same thing. Is there any API call you can do to do this? Which one? Here to delete the alert. Right from G. I'm sure there's an API, but I haven't dealt with. Right now, what I use is the database. Directly, you can run the database. That's fine. Anyway, that's fine. But once we figured out on this working, this one has this tool. SolarWind has a lot of API. But I haven't really touched any DPA and any API. Situations in SolarWind. Anyway, we have connectivity to database on SolarWind and we can build our own API talking for the database. One more time. Anyway, how? Database connectivity details. We can build an API that is talking to SolarWinds database and they will update the operations. Is that right? We did not invoke the SolarWinds REST API. This is fine. I don't know. You know this area more than I do. My thinking was that if we could do that, that would be nice. That's easier and a slicker way. But the worst case scenario, we can have a connector connected to the database. I don't know. But if you think that API method is better, right? We could do that. Where do we start? Let me one moment. Let's stop. First activities we need to get. The alerts from Solar. Sorry, from the service now. But you will do the interval. In that interval, we need to do the alerts. The first module will achieve. And the next is we will develop one API to get the alerts. We'll define one system API will get alerts from the service now, and we'll define one more system API that will post that. We'll update the alert in the SolarWinds. But that has to be. This is and it's not an. What kind of call we'll do with this? This is the API I call, right? This is the call we're calling to this one. Service now. It is like an. Not typical. It is like can. You can develop one kind of. When scheduled invocation is required. Like a C will configure a scheduler. We can't do that like every 1 hour or every 30 minutes, every 2 hours that will. That will connect to Solar, that kind of service now, and get all the alerts. Right. In this case, we are not creating any alert in this service now. We just want to get in. We get in. When we get in last alert. We get it. We get in the list of alerts that was closed last 5 minutes. That even not every alert, but only the alert from that source. It's part of the URL. Here we discuss about the architecture of this application, right, Adam? What is the location point means who will trigger this process. For this kind of applications, right, the triggering point should be a scheduler. Usually we can't get a scheduler. Scheduler will configure some time interval. Every 30 minutes or every 1 hour is automatically reduced. The alerts from the service now and update the SolarWinds. For this, there is no HTTP location is required, right? What I'm saying is, what is the triggering point for this API, for the API application? The scheduler, right? For this kind of applications, the architecture is the configurator scheduler. The scheduler will call service. Now get all the alerts and updates, the SolarWinds. That is the right architecture. one application first. We develop one application, one new application that will retrieve all the alerts. Go to Microsoft. Sim. We develop an application. And towards SolarWinds end, we develop an API. The API is not required. Very simple thing. We need to just be to retrieve the alerts. We should not complicate, by trying an API method, sources, resources. All these things are not required. Just a simple application. We call the scheduler, and that will retrieve all the alerts from the service now. Here, this is the get alerts. What's the application name? What application are you developing here? This one called a get alerts. Get alert. ServiceNow alerts. What is that? That's it. Application name should be modified for the best practices, like get alerts should not be in the noun. A verb should be in the noun. Let's think about that. Get alert. As it is, we can see what the best name you can give for that one. And you can't do the scheduler first. What's the get alerts? No configuration. Get alerts. That's good. We'll come back to that. You say first what do what. Remove that listener. Remove that listener. That is not required as of now. Delete it and drag a scheduler from the palette. The course scheduler. And the frequency, make as a 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 2 minutes. Let's put this to work. We keep 2 minutes. After you can do that to change time. Time, you have minutes. You putting. You want in seconds or minutes? Minutes. Then just to put 2. And change over as minutes. Right. I got it now. Now in the request. Because the scheduler is done. Now go to the request component. And let's see what the host name, port number, and the parameters we configured over here. We can be. Is the first name. It's not right. It's not right. Let's go back. This is what we need. And we put all these things in a notepad, and we can get from the notepad. I have a question. We have this thing. Oh, we have copy it and put in a notepad. That you can clearly see. Read if possible. That this is the main. This server is this one. Yes, this is service. That. And when it's pretty. Go to the request configuration, the last. No, in the configuration here, the last button, after this button. No, come on. Click on the request. Same component, request component. Request component, all request component. I'll just get that one. And I change the host name to that. And show me the if you know now. Now they will be allowed. Is the best part, that is fine. And afterwards copy the now table emailer. From there onwards. Exactly. Now it's and I go to the request again. You can request. No, the first component is not the first component and part writing. The spot is right. I think we can anyway copy that and put slash in front of me a machine, slash in front of spot. I should remove this one. Now, if you see, the URL is correct, right? Next, we have several query parameters. Please split the query parameters one by one in the notepad. How many query parameters are there? What is CSPRAM query? CSPRAM query and the value is up to. The value is the first parameter up to. This is the source. And you need to face and up to an and symbol. What's another? It looks to me. Oh, I see now. Either one. I give you permission, but look at this. This is that in what I did, this. This is what the postman did. Correct? We need to do this, maybe. Yes, we need that. We copied from there, only right. Now we come from there to here and the postman. We can do one thing. CSPV. They are there here. In the postman, you are seeing the query parameters right. CSPRAM underscore query. CSPRAM underscore query is a query parameter name. Copy that. Copy here this or the value. We need both. The query parameter is a parameter name and the value is also there. That is put. Copy that and put in Notepad as a query parameter name just for your clarity purpose. The next line put in here, come next time, and is equal to value. Put the value for that parameter. What value? The postman is passing. Copy that and that thing. It looks like it put the whole thing. Control here. Come down. Next line and note the second query parameter. What is this CSPRAM underscore fields? Copy that. The Copy that. Copy the query parameter name also. Last What is that? CSPRAM underscore limit, right? The third one. Correct? You need to configure 3 query parameters. CSPRAM underscore query, CSPRAM underscore fields, and CSPRAM underscore limit. Come back to our PowerPoint studio. Now click on the Query Parameters tab. There is CSPRAM meter limit already configured. I think that is good. And please click this again. I don't know. Should we do not know the return could be many right now for test purpose to only did one. Put it as 1. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. Whatever the open, the notepad, whatever the query parameter name and value, you just do configure like that. First, let's see. Let me ask you. Right now for what we did here. We think that return 1, because we test and stuff. But we can this because every 10 1. That's why we're showing 1. But if there was like a 5, you wouldn't say 5. But, and here is whatever that, where is that parameter? Just put a 5 in place of 1, just 5 minutes. This parameter limit, right? That limit. Oh, here, when we run it, we said, and when we're building this, we set to 1, right? We're just prepared. We could say 20. We could say 10. For this is a tool that gives you example how to get the case and sort of. That number could be, we can give any number for that. Whatever number of let's say 50. But I don't say there's 1, you will only return 1 if there's 2 or 2, 1. Right now, if it's more than 50, it's only going to return 50, right? Now click place the second query parameter from the notepad. Let's go to this one. But this parameter limit, right? See the parameter values, some different. Copy the thing and put all this one. Which one? The same value to give you. Copy that one. This and put in the picture of 50. Put that one. I have a question. I just want to make sure that I'm sure we do this. What's possible here? I want to call it one more time. You said grab that. Oh, yes. And when we grab that, we only get the limit. But when I make a copy here, interesting. You copied. Let's see. It's doing the entire thing. She must give me 10, but it gives me this. Is 10 only right? Why we get this one? I don't know what I get this. Then put only 10. The first one is right. You somewhere. You got up with some of the things. I think I could. What up? Come here. And we say, that messed up. The 2 columns. the 2-column one. Let's say 50. You can get a single quote or double quote, whatever. Both are fine. Put a double quote. Whatever given. That's good. Make 2 of them double quote. Double quote. Then we come here. And we grab this guy. Get that and we get here. Grab all the way there, right? No. Up to description. There is some description. Up to this point. This point. This point. Up to this point. This is the first one. Correct. We'll see how to configure that dynamically. Start one more. The last one, we need a fill. The last one is alright. Let me show that is also one. Short description is equal to addition field. Alright. Alright. Sit and let's run it. Save it. For testing purpose, just to put a scheduler 3 seconds, 5 seconds. We won't wait for 2 minutes. What are you saying? And seconds. 10 seconds. Put that 10 seconds. We won't wait. This time it will fire 10 seconds. After we run it right. To run it. And this one has a payload. That's been the payload. The way schedule works is that when the job is executed like this, it's going to run after 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, it will run. But 10 seconds is quite a short interval. We won't configure. For testing purpose, we won't wait more than 10 seconds. But minutes, we can't wait, right? But I got to make sure that there's an alert that I'm going to create a new alert. That was closed. You got some error. What server? X user. One second. Let me see the application. Just keep on triggering and we won't do it. Still, we're getting very unauthorized. We need to pass the authorization token right. We're getting HTTP unauthorized. We need to pass username and password also. Oh, you're right. Go to the postman and show me username and password. This is the user ID. That is the basic authentication. Go to the click on the request component. Request component. Click on the headers. Header. One sec. User took. Subscription. Oh, I'm afraid there is no result. It's empty right now. Note. Let me create an alert. I'm going to close one alert right away. Let's see. What is the result? It's very big. I'm surprised to see this much big result. Because we say 50, remember. Let's get this. That also dynamically, we need to configure how much you understand. I don't know how. If I could come here. Under alerts, and I want to create a code filter. An alert. And we say search is 11. And then we say, right, let's grab this one. It's not good. It doesn't matter. Take it right now. Let's come here. It's not good. Right now it's gonna. We'll see. We just closed one. But this is not the one that I wanted. Because it doesn't have the alert ID. But right now we're testing to see if we can grab. If we can find one. We just get one. I think all are empty, buddy. Let's see what's. Go back. Go back. There's a postman once. What's that? You're testing the postman. Postman here. The postman, you're getting right. Postman, you're getting. The postman is the same exactly as the limit test. Only the unknown. That's the difference, right? We put a 50 and here it is 10. It will display 1. We can say up to 50. This parameter limit is up to 50. But why we are not coming? This thing is here. Output is only one record, but we are getting 50. The structure is different actually. Here we are getting an array. Result has an array actually. Result contains this many things. Postman result array contains only one record, but we are getting 50. This is, remember, right now is doing every 10 seconds, right? Every line is 50. 10 cents. We can make it 1. We can change it to 1. If we change it to 1 right now as a parameter, then we should see only one result. I'm sorry I didn't get you, Baram. What I was saying is that what is the query parameter and the request here, and we can make it to 1. Then we will only see one information about the result. There's 1. Let's The pen is quite irritating. We made it as some seconds. Good luck. We're waiting the 30 seconds, right? We just get another one. Only one blank result. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.